guys.
Hey-o!
Happy Wednesday.
Never believe where we are.
Guys, we're on an architectural shoot. We just wanted to give you, we had a Patreon and YouTube member chat, and one of the things that we discussed with our Patreon and YouTube members is that they were wondering like what a day in the life with James and Karla and Hudson is when we're doing our work stuff.
Right.
Like, you know, like how we make our living doing architectural photography.
Hey-o.
And some of the places that we photograph, we have to sign non-disclosure agreements, so we can't like live stream or show you what we do. But this one, we can. Well, look, Hudson's tired
Hudson's
already.
sacked out already.
He's sacked out already.
Hey, Nick G.
And
hey, everybody. Reverend Jen.
What this is a very unusual type of shoot.
Yes.
If you want to explain a little bit, James.
Right. Guys, we from time to time we get employed by the MTA to shoot some of the artwork that's been installed along the tracks. So I'm going to go over
the subway stations.
Or the subway stations, exactly. And some of them have been in books, some of them have been used for the MTA. And this is the latest one by Mark Fox. Here it is. Fabrication by Milgo Bufkin, commissioned by the MTA. You see that? And it's just a beautiful piece of work of inspirational words, quotes, ideas. It's right over the Metro North tracks. Hey, Scott Briggs. Sorry if we're not catching up with everybody. Karla's still got a little work to do. But this is it. It's a beautiful, beautiful installation on the bridge here. We're in Mount Vernon.
James, come on back.
Yeah, we're in Mount Vernon.
Which is just before.
Oh, like we walk over there, we walk behind me and we hit the Bronx like in no time.
Wakefield.
Wakefield to Bronx.
Yeah, guys. Sorry, we have all our equipment here.
I gotta stay with it.
So neither of us want to leave our equipment anywhere.
There's the layout, guys.
This is all our
tripod,
equipment.
camera 2, camera 1. Karla's using camera 1.
Right, this is camera 1. Camera 2 is in there. Camera, different lenses.
Right. Plus we got 2 iPhones.
Here, let me just show you.
The service should be pretty good out here. Hey, HC teacher.
See, this is what
George Lopez,
what we bring.
Nick G up in the
Like,
moderator
here's another
booth.
lens.
There's another lens. There's the cap for that one. There's Hudson's raincoat.
Raincoat was very important.
Yeah.
More cameras, more lenses.
Yeah.
Right now, what we have on the camera for you guys is a 20 millimeter lens. This is like, we use this a lot for our architectural photography because it's a wide angle lens, but it's not a fisheye lens. And what I mean by fisheye is like a fisheye lens has a distinctive like look to it, and it kind of distorts the images in that it has a fisheye effect. Oh, I gotta go.
Those are the Metro North trains underneath us. I believe this is the Harlem line. Or it could be the New Haven line. Not all that sure. Back in the day, the New Haven line was blue. Guys, this is the scene. We got the church across the street.
James, next time we get
That's the Gospel
I have to get better exposure.
Assembly Church. Gospel Assembly Church of Jesus Christ Apostolic.
Right, so guys, we are just past the line
Apostolic.
of Wakefield in the North Bronx.
Right.
Wakefield is one of the neighborhoods that's the northernmost part of the Bronx.
Right.
Once you go over the line, then you're in Westchester County.
Westchester.
And that's exactly where we are now. We're in
Just over the line.
Just over the line.
You walk about 5-10 minutes, or about 10 minutes, 15 minutes that way, straight ahead, along the road here. You're, they don't have street signs right here for James.
Well, this is First Street, I think it's
Yeah,
called.
First Street.
Right.
And then you're into the Bronx again, which you'll notice in a heartbeat.
Right, and then White Plains Road is down.
Right, Karla wants to get some details now that it's cloudy.
Right, so we have this wide angle lens because it gives us a nice overview, and that way, you know, we can get either close or far away, and we get a big wide.
Right.
We get a big wide, you know.
Yeah, the closer you get, it's you have to get pretty close with the lens
Right.
So it cuts out any distractions, a la telephone poles or
right. So
anything that might come
if
up.
you're getting into architectural photography,
20's a good lens.
We find this lens like indispensable.
You bet your bippy.
But we bring other lenses as well in case we need them.
Right.
So
this is looking, that's looking, I would guess, west.
This is north.
Yeah, that's north. Just for Becky if she's in, and all our other fans. That's looking north.
This is west.
Yep, that's west towards the Hudson River and then New Jersey. This is east.
South.
South. That's looking back towards East Village right ahead. All right? So we're shooting the artwork that's by the MTA, commissioned. What's the name of the artist, son? I just read it. Mark Fox. And we've been up here a little over an hour, hour and a half. You know, we wanted to get the light just right, see how the clouds, before there was no clouds, which made for very, very bad lighting coming through there. Noble Sweetness popping in. Trixie Cat in the house. Adriana Parga up in the moderator booth with our rest of our fantastic moderators. No.
So, guys, this artwork was commissioned by the MTA. They have a program called Arts and Design, and they beautify different stations and bridge overpasses. So part of the Metropolitan Transit Authority is also the Metro North Railroad. So
right.
that's what we're on now. We're on an overpass. This is the Metro North Railroad.
That's what I said. Maybe the Harlem line, huh?
Yes, this is.
Or New Haven also. They run together for a while.
Right. No, then there's the Metro. There's a station, and there's an east and a west.
Right.
Right.
And then you got these little 3-story, 4-story brownstones. You know, you got the apartment buildings.
But this is a very interesting bridge because this is made of aluminum instead of just like this. Just turn around.
Like right. Instead of it looking like this.
Right. They commissioned this artist. His name is Mark Fox.
Yeah.
To design this, and it actually has different names. It's a really cool.
Why don't you show Jamal Shabazz?
Yeah.
One of our favorite photographers.
It's really, really cool because
traffic.
It shouts out to different people in this community, and it has different sayings in it too. Like if you look at it carefully, I'm going to show you. It says it's like it's not just like designs. It's actual like words, and it shouts out to different people in the neighborhood as well. I'm going to just show you a good section here. Oh, hold on, guys. We have to get overview shots with people in them too. So anytime somebody walks by, I take a photo. That's what I'm doing now. Yeah, it is a little humid today. So let me show you a good section that you'll be able to read at. See, shop, S-H-O-P, shop. This. Trying to show you this one. See, Earth, E-A-R-T-H, Earth. Yeah, I don't know, CAK813. That's a really good point. I don't know how many people actually stop and look at the fence, but if they did, see, this ends Mount Vernon. That's the town we're in. M-O-U-N-T, Mount Vernon. That's where that's the neighborhood that we're in. I'm gonna get another actually photo of that because that's. You can hear my camera clicking. I take everything manually so you can hear the shutter, release. Oh, see, now up here it says Metro North. See that? Metro North. And then it says New York. So Metro North, New York. Yeah, Mount Vernon is cool, right? Yeah, really cool. But I want to show you, let me see where, James, where was that one? Where's the 8? Oh yeah, so this is Jamal Shabazz, you see? Shabazz, right here. Jamal Shabazz is a famous street photographer. And I don't know, maybe he's from Mount Vernon. I mean, I'm not really sure. I thought he was from the Bronx, but I mean, we are like on the edge of the Bronx, so maybe that's why they're paying homage to him. So hold on, guys, while I take some photos. Oh, is that a train coming? All right, yeah, see, guys, I have to get a photo with the train in it. So I've got an idea. See, the train comes by. You can see the train tracks. Yeah, it's unbelievable art, right, Danielle? Isn't it really? I mean, it's really beautiful. The artist's name is Mark Fox. Let me show you. They put a little plaque, Mark Fox, and look, it gives you the longitude and latitude. It was created in 2021 out of aluminum, fabricated by Milgo Bufkin, commissioned by MTA Arts and Design and Metro North Railroad. So they employed us to photograph this work because they need it documented, for their archives. Some of our photos that we've taken for the MTA before of artwork appeared in a book about MTA art, and also in a book about Nancy Spiro. Nancy Spiro is a wonderful artist who created mosaics along one of the subway lines by Lincoln Center, and we photographed that artwork. It's in the subway station, and that also appears in a book. So that's, we wanted to just show you some of the things, like what we're doing with our days when we're not live streaming. In this case, we were able to bring it both, show you a little bit of our work and and do a little live streaming as well. Yeah, perfect day for photographs. Well, Danette, that is why we came out here, but we battled before. Oh, here's a train again. You see the train goes by fast. Yeah, we picked this day to come out here because we knew that it was going to be cloudy. However, earlier when we first got here, we were battling the sun the whole time. We had to wait like around, what would you say, a good 40 minutes? We had to wait for like around 40 minutes because the sun was intense, and the sun was no good to do this photography because of the blackness of the fence. It became very reflectile. So it's something to consider when you're doing architectural photography, when you're working outdoors. The light is crucial, and a matte sky like this is the best because it doesn't create any reflections. Yeah, so guys, right now you see the shot, you see the way I have the gimbal organized is actually kind of how I'm taking a photograph right now. And you can hear the camera shutter moving because I am trying to capture with this big wide angle lens that I have. I can get the whole thing just like you see. I'm getting from one end all the way to the other end, and that building in the background. Because not only do they want us to photograph each individual panel of artwork, they want overviews of the entire, area, like how it looks, how it interacts with the surrounds. So they give us a brief, we've worked with them before, so we basically it's the same brief for every project, but we have to photograph each individual piece of artwork. In this case, there's different panels. You could see this is one panel right here, it ends here to here. And then this is another panel. So we have to photograph each panel, and then we have to also get details and some with people in them, some without people in them, all varied things like that. Do you know the process the MTA uses in choosing an artist? Jack Rabb, that's an excellent question. Honestly, it's an open call. It's an open call that we actually, oh, wait here, guys. I don't know if that worked, but I took a photo. So they put out an open call every time they're going to redo a station, like an underground train station or an above ground overpass like this. And really, any artist can apply. You don't have to be from New York. That I'm pretty certain of. So there's an open call. If you go on the MTA site, look up MTA Arts. I think it's Arts for Transit, I think is the name of the organization. See, MTA Arts and Design, but I think it's called Arts for Transit is the program. And you'll see when they have an open call. It's usually a few times a year, actually. So I think that they tell you what the site is going to look like about, and then they'll ask like what's your, I think you have to come up with a concept for the specific site. And you see that the leaves are turning. The MTA specifically wanted us to photograph this site before the leaves came off of the trees, because the leaves are going to be falling off the trees very soon. So this was very time sensitive. We just got this job, I guess it was around 2 weeks ago, they first reached out to us and they said, oh, well, if you want this job, you have to be able to complete it soon because we want it photographed while there's leaves still on the trees. They did not want it bare. I mean, that was something that they asked for specifically, so, it was a little unusual, I guess, request, but we were happy to accommodate it. It was just a matter of scheduling it properly. Looks like my handwriting when I'm writing notes. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, I want to show you that they shout out to different places too. I saw Japan. Let me see where I saw Japan. Look, Japan and China. I did read that. It's like fun to kind of decipher it all. Train, here it is. It looks like flying train. Yeah, I'm gonna get a detail of this. I like that detail of the Japan. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna look in the chat in a second. I'm just taking a photo at the same time. Both James and I take photos. That's how we split up the work. We both take photos, but James does all the processing of the photos. That's how we split up our work. Right now, I took the lead in most of the photos today, but James took some as well. We were lucky enough that we were able to bring Hudson with us, as you can see. There's James. James! I could spend all day trying to detangle these words. Yeah, I mean, I love it. I think it's really, really, really cool. Look, could take 50 miles per hour train. Look, could, do you see that? Could take a 50 mph train. Oh, I gotta get that one. That's a great detail. James, I'm gonna call James over to get this one. See this, James? Could take a 50-mile-an-hour train. I want you to photograph that. See, James is taller than me, so he can get the details higher. Right. Do you see that one, James?
Yeah, put me
see,
in, coach.
Could take a 50-mile-an-hour train.
Yeah, that's what we want, right?
Yeah,
we're gonna do a little plus there, guys, because it's so backlit.
All right,
I'm gonna hold the Hudster.
I'm gonna go back over to the bags, guys. Most importantly, is all our equipment is over here on this bench, and we must watch it like a hawk because that's our livelihood. Yeah, it's interesting, right? It's a really, really cool project. So like, this is just, I mean, I know this probably isn't of interest to everybody, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight of like, okay, what do James and Karla do, when they're not live streaming? Like, how do they make their living. And this is how we make our living as architectural photographers. We do interior photography as well, but a lot of our work is outside, and we are lucky in that when we do have architectural jobs that are outside, as long as it's not an active job site where they're doing construction, we're mostly able to take Hudson with us. Yeah, I think we're set. I think we got all our details, right?
Loving the artwork. Brightens up a little nothing bridge here over Metro North. Here, hold. And off we go, right?
That's too blurry, right?
Yeah, I got it.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one.
Hi.
How are you guys doing?
Oh, I like your fireman hat.
Is that for Halloween?
Yes.
Nice job. Hey, Ollie Roger.
All right, so I'm going to put this away.
Yeah. Guys, the leaves are turning to buds. I got a little allergy problems here and there today. You may hear it. It's not an excuse. It's not a complaint. So if Karla takes the majority of the helm. Woke up with a little headache. Hasn't left.
Sinus headache.
Sinus headaches. You know how the change in seasons get me every year. And again, not excuse, no complaints. I'm here. I'm going to let Karla come up here. Guys, it was about an hour and 20-minute subway ride. We went from the L over to, yep, and then we got on Metro North after the subway. So it was a little bit of a trip. Comfortable, time efficient, and just really did a nice job getting us up here.
Right, because you're allowed to bring dogs on Metro North.
Yeah, you could bring your doggos.
On Metro North trains, guys.
Yeah,
in case you're ever taking Metro North, you are allowed to bring a dog on Metro North. As long as
Danette, it's like this seasonal thing. If you watch the channel, you know, spring and fall, sometimes I get this in my ears and sinuses. Not a big deal. Nothing to complain about. We're doing work we love. And it's always great to see new artwork, right? Let me put my bag on. Hold the Hudson.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to just get that empty bottle and just for recycling.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put it in the trash, right?
Yeah.
You're going to buy me another one anyway.
Yes. So guys, you could see the clouds are rolling in here again. Oh, I watched a meetup with Ghostbusters actually today. Oh, that's really cool.
Nice.
Paul McDonough, that sounds awesome. Oh, Adriana Parga, James and Karla, I'll send you guys a recipe for a detox drink that helps with my sinuses.
Nice.
I'll send it on Instagram. Oh, thank you so much, Adriana Parga.
Adriana Parga, I'm looking for anything right now.
Ollie Rogers checking in.
Well,
Ridgewood 237's checking in, and Nick,
go to the crosswalk.
and also Joe Maliga's checking in.
It's too dangerous. Go to the crosswalk. We'll look for a trash somewhere.
So guys, we're finished with
our
necessary photography that we needed to get.
There, right?
Yep, we got all our equipment.
All right, here we go. Well, he's turning. He's going. Thanks.
Does Karla have the pool sticks in the long bag? That's our tripod. We ended up not needing the tripod, but we have the tripod for longer exposures.
Here, right? That doesn't make sense, does it?
Oh. Yeah.
All right.
Good point.
Karla, you know, James is good at always grabbing that last minute thing, and we end up loving it sometimes. Other times we never use it, and it never sees the light of day. But James, like, maybe we should shoot the back as we're on our way out of here. And you get the limestone cliffs, you get the tracks, honey, you get the whole Megillah. I would step right up where that Indian moccasin plant is.
Yep, why don't you put that down on the ground?
Yeah, I'm going to hold the Hudster. Yep. Sorry, guys, if it gets hinky. Hinky dinky doo. No, over here, Hunmore. Right over here. Say right where that bush is growing through the fence. You see it?
Okay.
Yeah, and see if you can get the whole Megillah up there.
Oh yeah, I can.
Nice. Karla's going to town. You know, James,
now we shoot everything with manual focus, guys.
Yeah, it's all done by manual. We don't use any auto on here at all. We adjust the ISO, the F, the speed, shutter speed. Anything we can adjust, we adjust it because it's tough lighting here.
James, he's eating a weed.
Yeah, Hudson's eating some weed. Not CBD, guys. He's just eating a regular weed. Don't get all, you know.
No, that's not good.
I know. Joe Maliga in the house.
think that's a great idea.
Yeah, go a little further. Watch, the fence is loose over there.
Oh, I would like a train going by.
Oh, hey. You got the loose wire there on the fence.
A train going by.
Yeah. Hey, Lisa Sorensen, thanks for Lila. I don't have my glasses on right now because I'm trying to keep an eye on Hudster, our equipment, and Karla. It's a handful. Karla, you know her. Hudson. It's rush hour, so there should be trains coming through hot and heavy.
I'm ready for one train coming through.
Yeah.
Just pull it away.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying, honey. There's the tracks. Yeah.
I'm going to move this foot too, James.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, just throw it down in here. At my feet. Yeah, Healthy's having a snack of greens. Karla's going to try to get the train going underneath the new rail. The new railing. The artwork. There it is.
All right, I'm ready for when it comes.
Here's the old church.
Now it's just a matter of waiting.
Yeah. What speed you got it on over there?
I'm at, I want to shoot F11,
Oh.
and I'm at 800.
I would go to, what ISO you have, 4?
800.
Yeah, go to 1200
All right,
and get the speed up a little bit, even 1600.
all right. Guys, we're talking.
That's shutter speed talk, guys. There's a bus to New Rochelle. You see some names here you don't even see. Nice, I'll move.
No, it's fine. Only
Oh, good.
it's cute.
Yeah. What's going on here? There we go. There's the bench we were hanging out on while we worked. You got the Wilby.
All right, I'm ready when it comes.
What supermarket is that, hon? Valet? Who?
W-I-L-B-Y, Wilby.
Wilby. Here comes the train. Karla got it, guys. Johnny on the spot.
One shot. I didn't even
One
know it was-
shot.
One shot.
Look at that,
Nailed
guys.
it.
So there's the artwork there. There's a Metro North train coming underneath. Does it look pretty clear?
I had it perfectly focused.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks great.
Look.
Yeah. Train coming on. Now, let's wait. There might be one over here, but you're not going to get the front of it, so that's no good. I think the shot you got is it.
I mean, it was like a,
Yeah,
I
let's-
had 1 second to get it.
Karla
It's
got
gonna
it,
get
guys.
any better than that.
Yeah, the train is cool, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's perfect. Look at that.
And the taxi.
Yeah, the taxi's up there. There's the train. There's the bridge. Off we go.
Yeah, that's our money shot.
And you
as
got
I
just
like
the
to
back of the fence a little, right? Yeah. You got it.
say. You know, but you read them the other way. So
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
know, I
This
know.
is backwards, but
Yeah.
I like that because of the train.
Exactly. That's what we did. Just to show you that it's over the train tracks. They
Right.
should like that.
All right. So let's put the camera.
Guys, the leaves up here
are changing.
in Westchester County. You notice there's some hints of yellow in here. Mainly green still. But there's some hints of yellow, sure. You bet.
It's very New England over
Yeah,
here.
you got the Wilby supermarket. Will it be or won't it be?
That's the question.
Yeah, it's a Wilby.
All right. I got
Yeah.
the tripod. I'm set.
Here we go. Guys, we start the trudge south.
I'm gonna hold Hudson.
Yeah, you hold the
Oh, no,
Hudster.
no, you hold.
You hold
I'm
Huds,
gonna-
you hold this.
That's in case you need water. All right, guys. So now, within a couple of minutes, we'll be crossing into the border of the Bronx.
Yeah.
Right now, we're actually in Westchester County and in Mount Vernon, but we're right on the edge of what is the northernmost part of the Bronx in this area, which is Wakefield. Wakefield. Now, this isn't too far from where I grew up. I grew up in the North Bronx, but I was like Kingsbridge.
Got rid of the other
Yeah, I'm good with that. The leaves, they are changing. Exactly. Are things cheaper here? Well, no. I mean, no and yes. I mean, cheaper than Manhattan, yes. But
Cheaper than Vermont, no.
right. But I mean, it's all relative. The funny thing is this bridge. I want to show you. See, this is what the bridge looked like before. See, this is like before they made the beautiful artwork that we just photographed. This is just like, you just had this boring part.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
It connects we were on the South 10th Avenue Bridge, and it connects like what they consider one side of the tracks versus the other side of the tracks. There's like two parts of Mount Vernon, the northern part and the southern part. But I want to show you a placard that I found here. Brom Dykeman, a Westchester scout, was mortally wounded here during a skirmish on March 4th, 1782. Wow. Guys, this is a site of a skirmish right here. There's a marker, Brom Dykeman. Yeah, Mike, we live streamed at Christmas time from the Little Italy of the Bronx. We have a whole live stream from there, from the Little Italy of the Bronx.
Yeah, you remember that, Mike.
Mike, I don't know if maybe you weren't watching our videos back then, but last year at around Christmas time, we live streamed from Little Italy of the Bronx. Yeah, of course, we love it there. There's many small businesses. Rosbin, I grew up in the North Bronx, so I'm not sure why you say I don't know anything about the North Bronx when I grew up in the North Bronx. I'm from the Bronx. So it's an unusual thing to say because,
yeah, that's out of left field.
Yeah, I'm a New Yorker. I'm born and raised here. I didn't grow up in Wakefield, but I grew up in Kingsbridge, so it's not that far from here. We're not in the Bronx yet. We're in Mount Vernon, but you know. Beach Bum 88. Can you use and need to use filters for your 35mm cameras for your professional shoots? We don't usually use filters. The only filter that we had on there was a UV filter, and it's really the UV filter is more to protect the lens in case it ever drops. It doesn't change the photograph or anything like that. It's really a protective filter for the lens, because the lenses we have on our cameras are you know, fairly expensive. Like some of them cost thousands of dollars, so it really helps protect the lens to have a UV filter on it. But we don't usually use any like polarizing filters or anything like that. I mean, we have those kind of filters, but for architectural photography, we rather shoot in natural light, and we adjust it like that. We do processing of the photos of our own.
The less elements between your image and your subject, the better. For my taste, right?
Yes. Paul McDonough, I grew up in Toxteth, Karla, similar to the Bronx, but smaller. Oh, nice. Very cool. Maddie says, been so busy. Oh, but it's been a while. So fun. Thank you, Maddie, for joining.
Maddie, hanging out.
Rev Jen said, I used to go to the Bronx Zoo often.
Yep.
Mark is saying, oh, he'd love for us to go to Kingsbridge. You know what it is Kingsbridge changed so much since I grew up. It doesn't have, you know, we like to highlight mom and pop businesses, and there's not that many mom and pop interesting businesses to highlight that much anymore. But we'll definitely go.
Kingsbridge Donuts.
Yes, we'll definitely go back to Little Italy of the Bronx businesses. But look, this is kind of like, you could see there's
mixed use, yeah.
Different kind of housing stock here. There's homes, but a lot of the homes have been divided into apartments, And then, of course, there's apartment buildings, too. Oh, Amina Ali saying hello from Canada. Thomas says Hudson brought me here. Oh,
nice job.
Here's
Thomas.
the Hudson. We feel very lucky, guys, that we're able to bring Hudson along on our architectural shoots. You know, it's really nice that we have the kind of job where we're able to bring our dog along to many of the shoots. You see, this is a real, like, a neighborhoody vibe. You know, like, there's a lot of homes. I mean, I would say most people probably drive. You know, it seems like everyone has a car. There's a lot of cars parked on the street. I mean, I know, honestly, even in Kingsbridge, like, you know, I learned how to drive a car. Like in the Bronx, a lot of people have a car. In Manhattan, we don't need a car. Like, it's too annoying to try to find a parking space and stuff like that. We just walk everywhere. We don't have the need for a car. But in the Bronx, things are, you know, a little further apart. A lot of people have cars. So we're still in Westchester County because you could see the bus stop say 914 area code. Yep. So that way you know that's the area code for that phone number is still Westchester. But very soon we'll be crossing the dividing line into the Bronx. Very soon. Oh, Johnny Azaria is saying Happy Hudtober. Ah.
Hudtober.
HC Teacher saying hi.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, DJ Eplasm saying Hudson's coat looks much better. Yes, doesn't it look much better? Yeah, his hair's growing back. He's doing great, guys. We're going to buy some more water. We gave Hudson water, but we're going to buy some more water and some other train
ride home.
You know, for our train ride back home, our journey back home.
Epic.
You know, it took about, all in all, like between the subway and the train, about, you know, like a good hour and 20 minutes, I guess, to get up here from where we are in the East Village. Oh, thank you, Mike. Mike is agreeing that Hudson looks really good. Pizza Man saying hi. Oh, Rev Jen, I hope you got our email. I'm so glad you're settling in to your new home in Maine. Oh, yeah, it looks beautiful.
It looks beautiful, Rev Jen. My gosh.
Oh, Mary Cat, we didn't walk from the East Village. No. We're miles and miles from home.
Near Canada.
Now, this was an hour and 20 minutes taking the subway and a train. So this is not walkable from our neighborhood. The Bronx is a very, very big borough. And we went past the Bronx. We're actually in Westchester County. And in a few more minutes, we're walking now. We're going to be walking back into the Bronx. We're still in Westchester County right now. But within a few minutes, we're going to be walking to Wakefield, which is the northernmost section of this part of the Bronx, which is kind of like northwestern Bronx, I guess you could say. Oh, hey, Shirley. Shirley saying hi.
We're waving from way up here.
Are you heading towards Niagara Falls? No. We're on TV Metro. We haven't walked that far. We're on West 1st Street. See, this is Mount Vernon. Look, can't sit with us. Can't sit with us.
Yeah, look, got the tea time going, the whole bit.
Hey, ARB, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, ARB.
We just finished our architectural shoot. If you're just joining in, watch out.
MTA.
We had an architectural shoot where we were commissioned by the MTA to photograph, not commissioned, I mean hired by the MTA to photograph artwork done by the artist Mark Fox on a Metro North overpass in Mount Vernon. Now look at this, guys. Look at how you could see west. Do you see all the leaves changing?
Yeah, they're all changing.
Isn't that cool? How you could see all the leaves changing. Hey, let's wave hi to Rev Jen.
Hey,
Rev Jen.
No, it's that way. It's behind us.
Oh, it's behind us. Well, I mean, I saw the leaves and I got excited. Oh, Noble Sweetness is saying hi. Joseph Taylor saying hi. Christian Hansen saying woo woo.
Woo. It's the disco call.
This is nice. You've never been to the Bronx, Beach Bum 88 saying. Yeah, I mean, this is the northern, we're going to be crossing into the Bronx in just literally a few seconds. I'm going to show you the oldest hardware store in the Bronx that's still in business. The oldest family-owned hardware store. Where? Where's Share? No, that's not Share 37 though. You think it is?
It could be.
Oh, some graffiti. We know the graffiti artist Share 37. I don't know if that's him. It's done pretty well.
I think it is.
Could be. So within a few more steps, we're going to be crossing the dividing line, and we're back in New York City right now.
Yeah.
Guys, we're back in New York City. This is the dividing line. We're on White Plains Road in the Wakefield section of the Bronx. We just crossed the dividing line, and I want to show you. Now you can see the phone number, the area code is 718. So before, when we were in Westchester, when we were in Mount Vernon, the area code was 914. Now you can see 718 new area code. And I want to show you the oldest family-owned, because you know we're all about supporting mom and pop shops, the oldest family-owned hardware store still in business. It's the B Electric and Hardware Company. And they had a lovely old sign when we originally photographed this store many years ago. And you could see, like, it's the kind of hardware store that you go inside and it smells like an old hardware store. I wonder if it still does. Yeah, it's got a little bit of everything. It's like your old mom and pop hardware store. And it's sad these days because so many mom and pop hardware stores have gone out of business with the, because of Home Depot and Lowe's, the big box hardware stores. So it's really nice to see.
Monty Press across the street, just show from here.
The B and hardware. And now let me show you. Look at this.
Watch this in.
An old press, Monty Press, all types of printing.
All types.
All types.
And there's the office down on the right. In case
Yeah.
you're confused, right?
So now we're officially in the Bronx, guys. We're in what's called Wakefield. That's the neighborhood of the Bronx that we're in. It's the northernmost part of the Bronx.
Far as you can go north of the Bronx until then you cross into Westchester.
James, you want me to check in on this deli?
Yeah, might as well. It looks a little more. Watch it, honey. They're going to be going.
I'm not in a rush.
Well,
I'll be waiting.
guys, this
Hey,
is.
look at that. Look at the leaves are really changing on this tree.
Yeah, like a burgundy.
Look at that. Look at that. And now look at how the sun's coming out again.
Yeah.
Now you can see some blue sky
Sun's way the hell
peeking
over there
in.
now.
Yeah, there's some blue sky again. So we got lucky in that we were able to photograph what we needed to photograph because the sun is our enemy with our architectural shoots. We really prefer when we have clouds. James, I'm gonna go and see if they have for you in here.
All right.
You wanna stay?
Yeah, guys, just walking south through the Bronx.
I'm gonna leave this
That's where we just came from.
here.
Gotcha. There's Monty Press over there. And this is it, kind of mixed use, some new buildings, eyesores kind of popping up. They got the rental scooters. There's our tripod there. There's the Hudster. We're at 242. Deli. Let me show you Monty Press. It occupied the whole front of the first floor at one time. MJ for life. Yeah, you got it. Got a Michael Jackson hat on over there. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us way up here. as far as you can go in the Bronx. So now I'm going to turn into Westchester. Karla's here. There's the shared e-scooter parking. So you have these little e-scooters you can rent. No riding on sidewalks. That's all out the window once you grab the thing. East 242nd and White Plains Road. You can get any kind of meal you got here. 242 Deli. No hanging out. No dogs allowed. So glad the clouds went in enough. Forget that. Oh, there's the Tinder guys. Got to show them the door. Hang on. There we go. I blocked the Tinder group, guys. Maybe today's their day. I just blocked all the Tinder folks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
James, I'm gonna get water for him at the ask him to fill his water bowl too. Do you want this now?
Yeah. And then yeah, that sounds good.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
So guys, the seasonal allergies are biting back. You remember last year, spring, fall, you know, nothing to complain about. It's a natural thing. There's an older 3 Series BMW right there. Yeah. Karla's just getting some water for Hudson. He's getting his water.
Look, guys, water for the Hudson.
Like water for chocolate, like water for Hudson. Beautiful. Are we anywhere near Kingsbridge Heights?
No, we're a little bit more
East. Yeah, we're east of that. East of Eden. That's that way. Guys, if you went down that way and started climbing some hills, you'd hit that area. Very hilly up here in the Bronx. You notice the side streets are.
We're on the 2 and 5 train line.
Yeah. There's some doggos over there. Whoops.
Where are you going, James?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this in the bag for later.
Yeah, that sounds fantastic job. Hudson's here.
Oh, I got your cap for your what you're.
Up there's the Tinder people again.
Oh, I got it.
I got it. Guys, today's the day. They hope they snag one of you guys off our feed into the world of Tinder love chat.
Oh my goodness.
No turning back once you click that link.
Jim's always amusing us. Oh, hi. I want a poche of Hudson. What's a poche of
Portrait?
Hudson? A picture? Like a portrait? Oh.
Sure.
Yeah, that we could do that. Hudson's big blocky head. Yes. Yeah. Not only is his head like a big block, it's also hard as a coconut. I call him the coconut head. And look at his little bouncy ears. Isn't it cute?
Yeah, he loves bouncing along with us.
Ron TV Metro says, Nick G, they can stop the spam by going to subscriber mode. Yeah, I mean, I know that
like everybody welcome.
Ron TV, but we don't like to have all these like that you
Oops,
must be a subscriber to stay in the chat. We like to have our chat open so new people can discover us. And then they can decide, then there's no pressure. If they want to subscribe, they can subscribe. But that way they can know. I understand that eliminates some of the spam, but, we try to be welcoming to everybody.
Yeah. Watch out for spook.
No, we're not going to take a cab back, Mike. We're not afraid to ride the subways.
Yeah, come on now, Mike. You know that.
No. Listen, Mike, I grew up in the Bronx in the 70s. If I can get through the 70s in the Bronx, then I can get through now. Don't you worry. Nick G says all you need to do is slip one of the mods a few bucks and we got you. Oh my God.
Watch it, honey. He's eating cheese or something.
Oh. Erwin says an
you got
aunt
it.
of mine lived in a retirement home
got
in
it.
Kingsbridge Heights, and I visited her a few
I think
times.
we know where that is.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly where that is. So guys, look at this. This is look at this new place, a new Chinese place, Red Flower. But look at this. I like their old sign better. Look. Flower Restaurant. See, I like the old
Here,
sign.
Stick this in here for me. Yeah.
It's not going to fit in there.
Oh, okay.
There's no pocket there.
Oh, over this side. There you go. You got it? There. There you go.
Got it.
Gumball machine, always a good sign.
Yeah, but I like the old sign better than the plastic awning.
Oh, for sure.
To us, these plastic awnings that have become ubiquitous with storefronts have no character. We like an old sign, either made of neon at best, but I mean those are expensive. But even a plastic sign like this one, Wines and Liquors, I think has way more character than, you know, just a like that. Now, see, this is the first subway. This is the last subway stop for the 2 train. This is the Wakefield 241st Street station. The Mighty Bull is in the house. Hey, Mighty Bull. But we wanted to just show you that, you know, people think the Bronx is a dangerous place, but it's not true. Bronx is a borough just like any other borough of New York City, and it has many different neighborhoods, and a lot of them are melting pots of lots of different ethnicities. But most of all, I would say that this neighborhood, the Wakefield section of the Bronx, is a working class community. And as you can see, the subway, oh, look at that. Do we have that 2-star barbershop?
I don't know.
The subway runs overhead, so it's not an underground subway here in the northern Bronx in Wakefield. The subway runs, it's an elevated platform. Look at that, a motel. Cleanest rooms in New York City. Wait a minute, guys. I just want to show you something. I don't know, what do you think? The Metro Motel. Cleanest rooms. Do you see this sign? Metro Motel. Cleanest rooms in New York City. I don't know about that, guys. I don't know. What do you think, James? Cleanest rooms in New York City?
Not too sure about that.
I don't know. Oh, guys, now see, this is the kind of sign we like.
Yeah, we live for that.
See a hand-painted sign? Look at that. 2nd Star Barbershop. Let me show you this, guys. Oh, see, now this is the kind of sign I like. 2nd Star Barbershop. I'm going to see if I can photograph that.
All right.
I'm going to give it a
Your
shot.
camera or mine?
No, it has to be wide angle.
Okay, Hudson. I can't be.
Just put that down on the ground. Hold
Gotcha.
that for me
Yeah.
with the other
Okay.
hand.
Well, I don't want to meet now. Okay.
Let me just get it out. I'm going to have to ask them first.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll stay.
Here's the train.
Yeah, there's a train up above us. Here, you want to take this or no? Careful, huh? Guys, we're underneath the elevated on White Plains Road in the Bronx up here. Two-star barbershop. Hudson's watching out for Karla. Guys, I'm working right across from Karla here. Yeah, it took forever, right, Jack Rab? This trip out here took a little under an hour and a half, I'd say, all soup to nuts. There it goes. Karla's shooting a 2-star barber in the Bronx right here, underneath the L on White Plains Road. 2-star barbershop. 2nd star. Hey, James can't even. Karla's got to be careful. Here she comes.
Oh, it came out great. Look, guys.
Oh, that's a fantastic job, hon.
Extra
That's
good,
not,
right?
you know.
I'm gonna put that away. Just give me a second.
Okay, fair enough. Guys, sorry about that. So this is the elevated runs above here. This is the last stop right over there.
For the 2 train.
For the 2 train. We're walking to the next stop. You see these apartments, they're right next to the train across the street there.
Yeah, can you guys, can you imagine living in one of these apartments right here? Like, think of, like, you live right over the barber shop, and you hear, or like right here, and you hear the train rattling by, like
right.
all day, all night. Because remember, the subway runs 24 hours a day here in New York. It doesn't stop. I mean, during the pandemic, they had reduced subway service, so it wasn't 24 hours a day, but that's really the only time, I think, that it hasn't run 24 hours. It's quite loud, as you can hear. Oh, Rev Jen used to take the 2 all the time to visit her mother-in-law.
Nice.
Unless you want to get on there and I'll just launch you on the train.
No.
Yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a feel of what the northernmost neighborhood in the Bronx, Wakefield, looks like. And I think that's awesome that there's a lot of mom and pop businesses. I love that barber shop, and I love their old sign. Mike says I couldn't handle that noise. It's so often you won't even notice. Exactly, Erwin's saying. Yeah, you know, in all honesty, James and I, we live across the street from a fire station, so we hear, like, you know, the sirens of the fire truck, like, all the time, and it doesn't bother us. Look at this, guys.
The hotel.
Why don't you look up, guys in the chat? Could you look up how much it is to stay at the Vibe Hotel, VYBE, the Vibe Hotel? How much is a room to stay at the Vibe Hotel?
Nice.
VYBE. See, you can see the leaves changing.
Yep. That's a train upstairs.
Oh, Mike Landry just sent us $5 Canadian. Thank you so much, Mike. Thank you.
Fantastic job.
You can hear the train going by right now. That's
Thanks,
that clickety-clack of the train. Clickety-clack, don't look back. Yeah, so, I mean, just like I guess we got used to the fire trucks constantly, you know, sounding their, you know, big sirens, and we sleep right through it. I guess you just sleep right through the clickety-clack of the trains going by on the subway track. No, I didn't take a photo of the cleanest hotel in the Bronx sign. But I guess that would have been funny in a way.
Yeah.
Mike, I think it might have been a hot sheet motel.
Yeah, you never know. You know?
I don't know, but I'm just saying. Usually when you're talking about the cleanest sheets, it's like, you know, there's a different meaning to that. Price range. Prices for upcoming dates start $104 per night.
Wow.
Oh my God.
$104?
$104 a night to stay at that Vibe Hotel.
Up here.
Up here, wow. That seems, you know, I mean, I guess it's a good price for a New York hotel. Wow, look at this Type R, yeah. This is really gussied up car here.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on there with that styling. Remember there was a Clark used to paint over there?
Yup. Nova Rain says the average seems to be about $100. Yeah, $93 for me, Jeffrey Williams is saying, plus tax. We stayed in Midtown last New York City visit at least 2 times that amount, Roxy T. Well, I mean, there's a reason for that. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, you're easily an hour away from anything a tourist would want to do, except go to the Bronx Zoo. Except go to the Bronx Zoo.
Yeah, easily.
You know, that's the thing. Like, yeah, you could save money staying at the Vibe Hotel in the Wakefield section of North Bronx, but you're not going to be anywhere near the Statue of Liberty or Bryant Park, Times Square.
Lumberyard.
Yeah. Jacqueline Valletta says, not as clean as people would think. I worked in one. I'd rather sleep on the floor. Oh my goodness.
Who said that?
You know, about the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
CAK813 said, I can't sleep when it's quiet. I always have the radio on. Yeah, it's funny that you say that, CAK, because we're so used to the street noise, living on a busy street, and having the firehouse always constantly, like, the sirens and stuff going, is that when we travel, we have to sleep to a box fan noise. And when we're in Florida, we run a box fan, like a noisy old box fan. Oh, Mike just sent us $5. Thank you, Karla, for showing us to the Bronx. Oh, thank you, Mike. And look at Hudson. He's loving it. He's like, oh, this is where Karla grew up. I like it here. This is nice. This is nice. Oh, here comes the train again.
Yeah, it's on the outer track. You can see it. On the middle.
JD here also sleeps with the radio on a lot. It's a nice change from the hustle and bustle, Paul McDonough is saying. Yeah, see, it's very quiet up here. Very laid back, like you see, like no one's like hurrying around.
Laid back.
You know, very laid back
Got
vibe.
my mind on my money and my money
like
on
I
my
said,
money.
I think it's just a working class neighborhood.
Look, Craft Printers, another printing shop. We shot that a long time ago.
Oh yeah, guys, look at this. Now this is an old gem of a storefront. James and I have already photographed it many years ago, but it's nice that the storefront's still in business. I mean, the store is still here and it looks like it's still in business. The lights are on. Look at that, Craft Printers. Oh man, that's great. Do you see that, guys? That blue storefront right there. Let me show you guys Craft Printers. It is an interesting neighborhood. Like I said, it's very working class neighborhood, very family oriented. I think a lot of families live here, and it's quiet. It's like away from the hustle and bustle of like our neighborhood of the East Village in Manhattan is very, you know, like noisy. A lot of like, you know, college students, because we have NYU, we have New School, we have Cooper Union. And you know, they go to parties a lot, and they you know, they're noisy. And I mean, I see a lot of different ethnicities of restaurants. I see A lot. Look at that. World of Spice, West Indian and Indian and American grocery.
Yeah, look at
Extra good. So guys, this is Nereid Avenue. So it's the 2 and the 5. You can get the 5 train will also stop by here.
Guys, thanks so much. We're at Nereid.
Nereid.
Oh yeah, I'll try going up.
Yeah, so guys, we're gonna go up on the platform and we're gonna take the subway home.
See if I can keep up.
There we go. We're gonna show you the bird's eye view from the platform, guys. We just missed the train, so we might have to wait a little bit for another train. I think I might have to put more money on the Metro card, James. They're getting rid of Metro cards, guys. You know, the Metro card, I mean, it used to be a subway token, you know, that you used. See, there's an overview. And then they have the Metro card that's like the refillable plastic card. I'm going to show it to you. And now it's
Watch your back, honey.
just stay.
Yeah.
I have to get it out. Can you hold that for a second?
You bet, guys. We're the Nereid.
So just say, James, can you explain about the Metro cards?
Yeah, you come over here. Metro card's like a usable,
But they're
refillable
gonna get rid of that.
debit card. They're going to get rid of
On
it.
your phone soon.
Yeah. You'll have to get rid of
We
it,
still like the Metro card
right?
because then you don't have to put a lot of money on it.
This is one of the older stations above White Plains Road. They got the state school tile squared off over here. This is Nereid and White Plains Road, northwest corner.
James, I think
Get you laying out. Yeah, let's head up there. We want to go to Manhattan, so that's left.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yep. Sounds good.
just give me this.
Okay.
James. Guys, I think the train that's coming. Oh, will we make it? James, can you make it or no? Yeah. Oh, I think we're gonna miss it. Oh. Okay, thank you, sir. Guys, we made it. Okay, perfect. Guys, so I'm going to show you the, there it is. Now, it stays above ground, the 2 train, for a while. And then, you know, once it goes below ground, we're not going to be able to stream anymore. But while it's above ground, we'll still have self-service. Oh, hey, Dolly Girl Twins, how are you? We're on the 2 train and we're heading towards Manhattan. We got on in Wakefield at the second most northern stop.
This is 233rd Street. Connection is available to Metro North. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
So you can see there's the other side. Now, because Hudson's a service animal, he is allowed to go on the train. We don't like to take it during rush hour because, you know, he is big. But this is not rush hour now because we're heading into Manhattan. Rush hour heads out of
Clear of the
Manhattan.
closing doors, please.
No, this is an above ground train. It will stay above ground for a while in the Bronx, and then it will eventually go underground in the Bronx, closer to the Grand Concourse. Hudson is the king of the subway. Oh yeah.
That was nice of her to hold it.
Yeah, that was nice of the conductor to hold the train for James.
This is 225th Street.
Yeah, a real live subway ride, exactly. Oh, Mike just sent us $5. Thank you for showing the subway ride home. I love seeing this. Thank you so much. Please keep up the great work. I love you guys. Oh, so look at that. See how there's artwork here. This is another thing that the MTA did. Do you see how they did that mosaic? That's another one of the commissions that the MTA commissioned to beautify the stations. So you could apply to be one of the artists to have your artwork displayed on one of the subway stations. And there's an open call. If you go to MTA Arts and Design, you do not have to be a New York City resident to apply. I'm positive of that because we photographed lots of artwork done by out of state residents. Mark Fox, whose work we just photographed, he does live in New York City, but it's not a prerequisite for being chosen to be one of the artists for the MTAs.
This is 219th Street.
Yeah, Fifi Lee, I agree with you. They should turn the subway into an art gallery. I mean, it is in a way, you know, like they are trying to beautify the stations. It also has some mosaic work. Do you see that, guys? I'm going to show you when the doors open.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train.
See
The next
do you see it down there?
Gun Hill Road.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Oh, Just Hearts, NYC. You know, sometimes what my suggestion is sometimes delete your app, delete the YouTube app on your phone, and then just download it again because it's a free app to download. So if you're having problems with the app, just delete it and then reload it again. Sometimes, like, you know, problems will fix themselves when you just do a little refresh like that. Sorry guys, I'm balancing one of our many bags of photo equipment on my shoulder. Yeah, zoom.
This
So they're
is
doing a lot of
Gun Hill
construction.
Road. Transfer to the BX41 Select Bus Service. This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
Got it, but I'm far away.
Manhattan 2 train. The next stop is Burke Avenue.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah, you got a free ticket to ride on the subway. Yeah, that's what you could consider this. This is like a free ticket to ride on the subway. As you see, I'm being very respectful. I don't like to show people because I just can show you out the window. I don't, you know, like some people might not want their faces shown, so I don't like to show any people when we're just on the train. I just show you how it looks out the window. Oh, I love Spoiled Label. It's a beautiful neighborhood. Oh yeah. No, Erwin, this one doesn't go to Kingsbridge. This is the 2 train. It's the last stop is Wakefield. The last stop is Wakefield in the Bronx. Kingsbridge is a little west of here.
This is Burke Avenue.
Whatever you think, it's right here.
That's 180.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train. The next stop is Allerton Avenue.
Oh,
Stand clear
Beach
of the
Bum, that's an
closing
excellent
doors,
question.
please.
I do have a collection of subway tokens. I have every subway token that was ever released, and I actually made put a couple of them on a necklace. The ones that used to have a Y in it, like there used to be a subway token, like, and it had a little like a letter Y, like for New York, and so it has like an opening in it, and I strung it on a necklace. Yeah, so this train will run above ground. We have a couple of options to get back into Manhattan. This is we can switch to the 5 train at 180th, and that will take us right to Union Square. Or we can stay on the 2 and take this and take it all the way into Manhattan and switch to the L. So we have a couple of options for what we have to do.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train. The next stop is Pelham Parkway.
Yeah, Larchmont is on the Metro North, exactly. Now, when we started our live stream, we were by the Metro North station. We were photographing the artwork over the Metro North bridge, the 10th Avenue bridge that crosses the Metro North. Oh yeah, so guys, this is, we figured, okay, give you something you haven't maybe seen. This is a brutalist building. Look at that, kind of like a brutalist architecture, right? Oh yeah, I can stay on this side so you can see another train pass. That sounds great. What would you have on this?
This is Pelham Parkway.
Transfer is available to the VX12 Select Bus Service.
This is an accessible station. The elevator is at the front of the platform.
A Scary Mary building. Yeah, I thought that one to me always seemed like a brutalist architecture. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at the artwork here. See, look at the artwork that they did here. Beautiful, right? That artwork is all commissioned by the MTA. It's part of their MTA arts and design program. Oh, Ichiko Gardner just sent us 1,000 yen. Thank you, Ichiko. Here's another train going by. Look, let's wave to everybody on that train. That's a 2 train going to the Bronx. Oh, Nick G's got to go. Thanks for moderating, Nick G. Have a really good night. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Yes. That was a great movie. Yeah. That was a really great movie. That's a classic movie to watch. Yeah, I love it. I love the stained glass that they put in the stations too. That's a new thing that they've been doing. They've been beautifying a lot of the subway stations, and that's one of our clients. We're employed by the MTA. Asks us to photograph the artwork so they can use it for their books and different brochures. Sometimes it's the artist that commissions us, but we've photographed a lot of the artwork in the different platforms. I used to go to Skate Key in South Bronx all the time. That was my roller skating place. I loved roller skating growing up.
This is Bronx Park East.
Oh, this one has stained glass too. See, there's police officers manning the station. See, I think the subways are safe. It's all how you.
The next stop is East 180th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Now, the East 180th Street is where, if we wanted to, we could get off and change for the 5 train. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to stay on this train and we're going to take it all the way into Manhattan. But we're not going to be able to stream the whole thing because we will be going underground once we get closer to Manhattan. Like you can see, all the leaves are changing. It looks pretty, right?
Hello everyone. The New York City Police Department.
Oh, look at those old trains. There's some graffiti on them.
And other large containers are subject to random search by
Look,
the police.
somebody, you never see that anymore. Guys, those are the, back in the day, there used to be, all the trains were covered with graffiti. I don't know if you see those old cars over there, but they had graffiti on the outside of them. Do you see those old train cars? Every water dot on the window has a story. Yeah, that I can't help, guys. This is about as clean as it's gonna get. Oh, here comes another train. Oh yeah, of course. You know, back in the day when I was taking the train in the 1970s, my most vivid memory of taking the train when my family would go into Manhattan from the Bronx would be that you had no idea what stop you were at, because not only were the outside of the trains covered with graffiti, but the insides of the trains were covered with graffiti, and they would plaster the whole window. Like the window would be covered with graffiti, so you wouldn't know what stop you were at until the train doors opened, and then you could see outside of what station you were at.
An accessible station. The elevator is at the center of the platform.
Oh, thank you, City Adventures. We're at East 180th Street. So you can transfer to the 5 train here, and the 5 train will take you right to Union Square. That's not too far from where we are, but we're going to stay on the 2 train, and then we're going to transfer to the L. Because the 5 train is usually busy at this time of day. You can see the 5 train is busy, and since we have Hudson with us, I don't like to take
on the platform of NYC beginning of Westchester. They are 180 Street. And this one, so they help out with people showing them.
You can ride safe. Know that we are here to help. If you see something,
guys, I don't know what that announcement was, but they said there's police officers
Stand clear of the
on the
closing
platform.
doors,
I'm not
please.
really sure what that was all about. I don't see anything happening. Maddie said back in the day we'd be surprised to see a white train. Yeah, my favorite trains always were the Ridgy trains, like the ones, like they have the Ridgies. They call them the Ridgies. Like it had like a, you know, like a Ridgy potato chip. You know, like the what are those potato chips? Ruffles. You know, like the Ruffles potato chips. Yeah. So for a while, oh look, you can see Manhattan, guys. Do you see? There's the skyline. You can see the Empire State Building and everything. Once when this train passes, you'll see the skyline from here. Hold on, guys, I'm gonna try to zoom in. If the train passes in time, I'm gonna show you the skyline. I don't know if we're gonna see it in time. Oh yeah, there it is. Do you see the skyline, guys?
West Farm Square, East Tremont Avenue.
You could see the
As you exit,
skyline.
please be careful of the gap between the platform and the train.
Transfer to the Q44 Select Bus Service.
Yeah, that's true that the train cars were hot and the AC was terrible. That's true. Listen, I didn't grow up. I didn't have air conditioning growing up. We didn't have any air conditioning. Air conditioning was open the window.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train. The next stop is 174th Street.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah, Hudson's with us. Hudson's such a good boy. It's like right now the bulk of the people are heading out of Manhattan into the Bronx, not heading into Manhattan, so the train won't be as crowded as it would be during rush hour. Like now is like basically we're headed into rush hour time, but because we're headed into Manhattan, the train shouldn't be that crowded. This particular train, the 2 trains, the 4 and 5 trains are crowded like no matter what time of day you go. The 2 train line is usually not as crowded a train line, and that's why we elected to take Hudson on it. South Chicago into the loop. Yeah, we took the train in Chicago. That was fun.
This is a Manhattan-bound 2 train. The next stop is Vernon Street.
Well, you know, Miriam, you know what it is?
Stand clear of the closing doors,
It's all the
please.
noises. It's all the noises. Hudson, he doesn't mind taking going on the train, but it's a lot of noises for him to, you know. And you see, there's police officers on the platform, so I mean, you know, I know a lot of people are worried maybe taking the subway, but I think you just have to be smart about it. I wouldn't take it late at night, especially as like a woman by yourself. It's probably, you know, maybe better safe not to do that. But, you know, I think it's reasonable to travel by subway and feel safe. So guys, very soon we're going to be going underground, and we're not going to be able to stream anymore. So I'm going to say goodbye while we still have service, and that way, you know, we just won't be abruptly cut off. So let me show you a view of Hudson. Oh, Ed Friedman is hopping on the 1 train at 125th Street in a second. Looks like I'll be about 10 minutes ahead on the red line. Have a good one. Oh, Eli Friedman, that's so cool to hear. Oh, did we pass by Yankee Stadium on this? No, no, we don't.
As you exit, please be careful of the gap between
So
the
guys,
platform and the train.
thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Really appreciate your support. We hope you enjoyed our trip on our architectural shoot to just north of Wakefield, Mount Vernon we were in, and then we were streaming from Wakefield. And you see that it's quite safe to take the subway, and we hope you guys enjoyed this.
Manhattan-bound 2 train.
And there's
The
Hudson.
next stop is Simpson Street.
All right, good night, guys. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.